Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Terran Best Build with TGN, and today I want to look with you guys at the current World of Warcraft warrior tanking specs and the glyphs you need for that. So let's go over the tanking specs first. Now there are some talents that are very beneficial for tanking, some that you can choose or you don't choose them at all, it doesn't matter. They only give some variation to your tanking and some talents that you don't need. And if you choose them, you'll miss something else that is important, and that way you will, well, gimp your character more or less. So yeah, let's go over the trees. Your main tree will be the protection tree. And what does that mean? That means that you won't be able to spec into the arms tree or the fury tree too deeply. You can only go as far as the second tier of talents, and if you do that, then one of your trees here, arms or fury, will lack in some well, essential point basically. So yeah, let's start with the arms tree. So the first talent here is War Academy, that increases the damage of Mortal Strike, Raging Blow, Devastate, Victory Rush, and Slam by 15%. Now, which of these skills are we using? Devastate, check. Victory Rush, not so much. Slam, not so much. Raging Blow, nope. And Mortal Strike, nope. So this effectively only increases our Devastate damage by 15%. Not that bad, but there can be other talents out there that are better, so that's a kind of a style choice. Next talent is called Field Dressing. That will increase all healing we receive by 6% and also increase the effectiveness of my self-healing abilities by an additional 20%. So let's see, what do we have on the terms of self-healing abilities? We have Enraged Regeneration and we have Blood Craze. So yep, this talent is definitely worth it. This one should be in every tank spec. I mean, come on guys, 6% more healing on you, that's a no-brainer. Plus, you increase your self-healing abilities. Okay, next talent is called Blitz in the arms tree. Charge generates 5 additional rage and stuns an additional nearby target. Sounds to me like a PvP talent, no use for a defensive tree in PvE. So, Tactical Mastery. We don't do much stance dancing, so nope, we don't need that. Second Wind, now this one is an interesting one. If you had a boss that would go ahead and stun you every 10 seconds, that would be a worthwhile choice, because then you would get the health regeneration from Second Wind. But I can't see much use for this talent in PvE warrior tanking at the moment. Deep Wounds, well, the good old Deep Wounds, everyone used to have it back in Wrath of the Lich King. Nowadays, you can't really spec it anymore. It just costs too much other good stuff to do it, so yeah, leave that out. And Drums of War, well, rage cost reduced. What the heck? We don't care about rage. Okay. No, let me rephrase that. We don't generally care about rage, especially not in situations when we're tanking bosses where we get hit by huge amounts of damage, and that won't make us rage starved. So yeah, no problem there. So basically in the arms tree, that's a must-have. Field Dressing, that's a can-have. War Academy. So let's go ahead and have a look at the Fury tree. Now here, first talent is called Blood Craze. Basically, if you get hit, or you get your ass burned by, what the heck, Rain of Fire, or doesn't matter, after any damage you take, you have a 10% chance to go ahead and regenerate 3.5% of your total health over 5 seconds. So let me rephrase that. 160k life, 3.5% of that over 5 seconds regenerated, that's easily a 1 to 2k HP hot, so no brainer, take it. And as a tank you'll get hit a lot, so this talent will really pay off itself. Next one is called Battle Trance. That does the following. Your Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, and Shield Slam hits have a 5% chance to make your next special attack that costs more than 5 rage consume no rage. So basically, if you spec that to 3 points, you have a 15% chance on your Shield Slam hits that the next special attack, for example, Mortal Strike, or we're tanking, so rather a heroic strike, for example, or a cleave, that would consume no rage. Nice to have, but not a must-have. Seriously, so yeah, I left it out. And the final talent that's viable in here is called Cruelty. That will increase your critical strike chance of Bloodthirst, Mortal Strike, and Shield Slam by 10%. So 10% more crit chance on Shield Slam. Hell, I'll take that every day. So yeah, Cruelty I think is also a must-have. Then what do we have here in this tree? Executioner improves your execute. Nope. Booming Voice reduces the cooldown on your shouts, and these abilities will generate more rage. Nope. Root Interruption. If you shield bash or pummel, you will get an increase in damage done. Nope, we don't care about damage. We care about living. And the final thing, and that's a point that can be discussed, that's Piercing Howl. That will cause all enemies within 10 yards to be dazed and reduce their movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. So that's a nice talent for kiting if you have to kite. You could go ahead, for example, and put out 1 point out of War Academy and take that point into Piercing Howl to take that. So if you ever have to kite as a tank, that will be a viable thing to do. But let's not tarry too much over the secondary trees. Let's go to our main tree, shall we? Okay, so now here we have our main tree. It's called the Protection Tree, guys, if you didn't know that yet. But what that means is that basically we go ahead, stand before the monster, we say, your mama sucks dwarf cock, and because of that, I don't like you, so go ahead and hit me hard, and ignore the mage and the other guys that are killing you, ripping you to shreds, and doing stuff like that. Just focus on me, I'm the tank. Okay, so what do we have here? Insight. That will increase the critical strike chance of our heroic strike by 15%, and if we do a heroic strike crit, the next heroic strike will also be a crit. That's a no-brainer. Take it. That's a great increase to 1, your damage done, and 2nd, and more importantly, to your aggro that you generate. So yeah, take that. Next talent is called Toughness. That will increase the armor value from items by 10%. So basically, that gives us 10% more armor value. Again, guys, that's a no-brainer. Armor lets us live longer. It mitigates the damage we take, so yeah, take it. Sadly, armor doesn't mitigate magical damage, but well, what the heck. Okay, next talent, Blood and Thunder. When we have a target that's affected by rend, and we thunderclap it, the rend will spread to every target that gets hit by thunderclap. That's a talent for doing some AoE tanking, and I think it's very important, and even more important, that Thunderstruck, and I'll get to that in a few seconds. So yeah, go ahead and take that as well. Second tier of talents, we have Shield Specialization. Now, that's an important thing. Every time you block an attack, and as a warrior, you will do a lot of blocking, you will generate 15 extra rage. And if you spell reflect a spell, you will generate 60 extra rage. So let's have a look at my character screen here. Where are we? Okay. Defenses, block chance, 52%. So basically, every second hit a mob makes at me will be blocked, which means 15 rage. That's a no-brainer. Go ahead and take it. And if you pop the good old shield block, that skyrockets up to 77%. With the other stuff I have at the moment, that should basically go to nigh unhittable at this point. Not quite unhittable, but nigh unhittable. Okay, so yeah, take that as well. Shield Mastery, that will reduce the cooldown of our shield block by 30 seconds. Shield block, you know, the skill we always press when ready because it keeps us alive. Shield wall gets reduced by 180 seconds, so 3 minutes off of shield wall, hell yeah. And spell reflection will also be reduced by 3 seconds, so guys, again, no-brainer, must have. Hold line, now that's a really nice skill. Basically, when you parry, you get a buff for 10 seconds that will allow you to do more critical strikes. 10% more critical strike chance, and you get an improved critical block chance. 10% more critical block, and as the warrior works, you might know that if you block an attack, it takes off 30% of the damage, and if you critical block an attack, it takes out about 60% of the damage it takes. So, yep, that is a very worthwhile skill to have. Hold on a second. Don't let me... Yep, okay. Just made sure that I didn't tell you guys lies. So, okay, gag order. Well, that's a skill you can spec, you don't have to. That will basically give you a shield bash and heroic throw a chance to silence the target. If you spec it completely, 100% chance to silence the target for 3 seconds, okay. And it will lower the cooldown on heroic throw. It's nice to have, especially if you're tanking not one but several mobs, and some of them with spells. Then this talent is a great thing to have. For boss tanking, not so much. Over here, last stand, that will give you 30% increase of your maximum health and heal you for that amount for 20 seconds. Guys, again, that's a no-brainer. That is one of your life-saving cooldowns. So, for example, you get hit by, let's say you get a 100k hit and your health is down to 40%, and you take a melee hit and you're down to 20%. And then, oh my god! Haha! Roar! 220k. Yes, I'm alive. Thank you. If that's paired up with a paladin lay on hands, that can be very, 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 very efficient at saving your ass, at least this time. Concussion blow. That will stun the opponent for 5 seconds and does some damage. Well, guys, it's a no-brainer. That will allow you to basically take out any ad you want for 5 seconds. Sadly, it doesn't work on bosses, but the damage it does is good, so you can try and work that into your threat rotation. But I guess I'll think of making a threat video, warrior threat tanking video in the near future. Now over here, Bastion of Defense. Let's see what that does. Reduce the chance that we will get critical hit by melee attacks by 6% while in defensive stance. And when we block, dodge, or parry an attack, we get a 20% chance to become enraged, which will increase our damage done by 10% for 12 seconds. Let me think about that. What's the single most important talent in the defensive tree? Oh yeah, it's basically this one, because that will make you crit immune. For those of you who are wondering, if you get crit by an attack as a tank, you're basically dead. Then you stand there basically as a damage dealer with a little bit more HP. That's it. So yeah, that's the must-have talent. That is the substitute for the good old defense value back in the good old, basically classic to Wrath of the Lich King days. So yeah, that's a must-have. Warbringer. Charge, intercept, and intervene abilities are usable in combat and in any stance. Check. I'll take that. And if you are hit by a movement impairing ability, a snare for example, then you can intervene someone and that will remove the movement impairing ability. So again, I think that's a must-have as well. Down here, improved revenge. That will increase the damage done by our revenge ability by 60%. And revenge will hit 2 targets now instead of 1. Again, a no-brainer. Take it. Revenge is one of our most important spells for generating threat. Devastate. That's basically a Thunder Armor plus an added Weapon Strike. And, well, again, that's one of the signature abilities of a tank warrior, so take it. Impending Victory gives you Devastate a chance to allow a Victory Rush proc that will only heal you for 5% of your health. Meh. Not so much. Forget about that. That's a PvP talent. Thunderstruck. Now here's an interesting one. If I can get my mouse on it. What the heck? Sensitivity is too high. Okay. So basically what that does, it will increase the damage done of your Rend, Cleave, and Thunderclap abilities, and it'll give you a stacking buff, allowing you to do, I believe 10% more damage on your next shockwave. Well, no, it's 5 or 10%. I don't know. Doesn't matter anymore. So it gives you a damage increase on your next shockwave, and that will stack up to 3 times. So basically, you get a 30% more damaging shockwave at the end. The problem here is, let's see which skills we improve. Rend, Cleave, and Thunderclap. Rend, Cleave, and Thunderclap. If you were our AoE tanking, lots of ads and lots of ads, and it was critical that we held the aggro while not dying. Okay, then I take this challenge. But if you're tanking bosses, let's look at the skills you need to tank bosses. You need, first and foremost, Shield Slam, Revenge, Devastate, and then maybe Shockwave. So, guys, this talent is for AoE tanking. Okay, you can take it. For tanking bosses, forget about it. Don't use it. It's 2 wasted points. Okay, so down here we have Vigilance. Now, that thingy is great when you're in a party or a raid, to be more precise, with a second or third tank. And what this does is basically give you a refresh on your taunt cooldown every time your second tank gets hit by an attack. And you also get Vengeance, as if 20% of the damage that the tank takes was done to yourself. So, great talent to have. For example, in the Nefarian encounter, you give your, if you're tanking the ads as a warrior, you give your tank that is controlling Nefarian the Vigilance buff, and then you'll have basically your taunt refreshed every few seconds. So that allows you to taunt the ads quite quickly. So, yep, that's a must-have. Heavy repercussions, what will that do? It will go ahead and when you have shield block active, your shield slam will hit for an additional 100% damage. Let's see, shield block cooldown time 30 seconds. And that talent is active for 10 seconds, so basically for 20 seconds out of a minute, your shield slam will do double damage. No brainer, guys, take it. That's a very important talent. Down here, Safeguard. Reduces the damage taken by the target of your intervene ability by 15% for 6 seconds. Well, guys, that's a talent you take in PvP. PvE, forget about it. You don't need it. Second to last ability we'll talk about, it's called Sword and Board. That will increase the critical strike chance of Devastate by 15%. And in addition, when our Devastate or Revenge deal damage, we have a 30% chance of refreshing our Shield Slam cooldown and make the Shield Slam free of cost. So, no brainer, must have. And the final talent, it's called Shockwave. You all know about this nice ability. Get it, use it. Okay, that's pretty much all there is to say about warrior tanking specs. The spec I showed you is, well, I would consider it the cookie cutter tank spec, so to say. So if you take this spec, you'll be able to tank anything. And by anything, I mean anything that's out there right now. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the glyphs that I use. Prime glyphs, let's do this a little bit quicker. Bladestorm, nope. Bloodthirst, nope. Devastate, critical strike chance of Devastate 5% more. Yes, I'll take that. Mortal Strike, nope. Overpower, nope. Raging Blow, nope. Revenge, 10% damage increased. Yes, I'll take that. Shield Slam, 10% damage increase. Yes, I'll take that. Okay, that's your Prime Glyphs. So, what do we have more in the Prime Glyph part? Slam, nope, you don't need that. Okay, Prime Glyphs covered. Next set, Major Glyphs. Okay, Cleaving. Your cleave will hit 3 targets instead of 2. Great for AoE tanking. For the lack of better glyphs in this, I got it. Colossus Smash, nope, not needed. Death Wish, no, I don't have a Death Wish, I have a Life Wish. Life Wish. I want to live, don't want to die! So, yeah, Death Wish, nope. Long Charge, why would you use that? Shield Wall, now that's an interesting one. It will basically give you another 20% more damage reduce on the shield wall, but it will increase your cooldown by 2 minutes. So, different choice for different bosses. So if you have a boss that hits very hard for a few seconds, then that might be a good choice. Other than that, leave it. shockwave that will increase the rate at which you can use your shockwave, meaning that it will reduce the cooldown on your shockwave by 3 seconds. Yep, I'll take that anytime. Thunder Armor, you won't be using that. Sweeping Strikes, nope. Thunderclap, that will increase the radius of your Thunderclap by 2 yards. Oh yeah, important. Victory Rush, nope. Heroic Throw, nope. Intercept, nope. Intervene, nope. Piercing Howl. If you spec Piercing Howl, that's the glyph to take. Why don't I have it? Guys, I'm a tank, I'm not a kiter. If I want a kite, I'll spec a Hunter or a Death Knight. Rapid Charge, nope. Resonating Power. Decrease the rage costs of Thunderclap by 5. Nope. Spell Reflection, nope. Unless you have a boss that's using a lot of spells that you can reflect. Then maybe that will be the way to go. Okay, and finally, the minor glyphs. Now in a raid environment, battle or command. Depends on your raid setup, but I'm going with command here, so that will increase the duration of my commanding shout by 2 minutes. Which is great. That means my commanding shout will be at 4 minutes, and it will have a 50% bigger radius. Great, take that. Berserker Rage, for lack of a better glyph, check it. Bloody Healing, nope. Demoralizing Shout, oh yes, that will increase your demo shout to 45 seconds duration, and also the area of effect will increase by 50%. No brainer, take it. The rest, forget about that. So yeah guys, that's basically it for Warrior Tank Spec and glyphs. As always, please go ahead and click the thumbs up or thumbs down button. Get off your lazy asses, guys, and click the goddamn buttons. Yeah? That's the least we can expect you guys to do after we allow you to watch our great, stunning, and inspiring videos. So, yeah. Basically what I'm saying, go ahead, click the buttons. Thank you. Okay, other than that, please go ahead, check out TGN.tv. We have a new portal online and it's great so far. Check it out, you will love it. And also, if you're interested into gaming news, and you should be as a gamer, go ahead, check out news.tgn.tv for all your gaming news needs. Okay, and other than that, before you guys go ahead and go, shiny, I want that mount. Yeah, guys, Keltas, Sunstrider drop, the Burning Crusade. Enough said, won't mention it again. Okay, so, thank you guys for watching. Remember to click the thumbs up or thumbs down button. And there's nothing else to say except one thing and one thing only. This is the TGN Baseball with TGN signing off. Goodbye.